I'm Maranda Jacobs and I'm the chef owner of the Cordon Bleu restaurant, and today we are cooking chicken cordon bleu with a creamy mustard sauce. For our recipe today we need a teaspoon of corn flour, half a cup of double cream, half a cup of chicken stock, 2 tablespoons of mustard. You could use Dijon, English, or any mustard that you like, French mustard or German. We need a little bit of olive oil for sauteing, some breadcrumbs, and either chopped parsley or chives. Then we have 2 chicken breasts, approximately about 170 grams in size each. We have some Bayonne ham, or you could use any ham that you like. Got 3 slices of Bayonne ham, and if it's large slices, 3 slices of cheese, Emmental or any kind that you like. We take the chicken breast and make a little incision on the side of the breast from top to bottom without cutting all the way through, to make a little pocket. You can either use a large cook's knife like I do, trim off the little bits of fat and gristle at the same time. Or alternatively, if it's easier for you, you can use a small paring knife. Do the same, cut a slit from top of the breast to the bottom, not all the way through, just creating a little pocket, and again removing any fatty bits that you might not like on the chicken. This done, you've created a nice cavity on the inside of the chicken breast. Open them up, season the chicken breast, a little bit inside, a little bit on the outside. Then we take the ham and the cheese. You've got 3 slices, so we'll take 1 slice, cut it in half, and just place some on the inside cavity of each breast, together with a piece of cheese, or depending how big yours are, 2 pieces of cheese, just enough to fill the cavity. Close it up again. Take your tray of flour and coat the chicken lightly each side, and as you lift it up, just dust some of the excess off. Take olive oil, place some in your pan, a frying pan, medium to high heat, just enough so we can get a good brown color on the chicken breast without burning it. When it is hot enough, a little bit of smoke, place the chicken breasts in the pan, shaking off the excess flour before placing it in. It'll take 3 to 4 minutes to get a bit of color on each side, so keep it on a moderate heat, not too high, so that it just gets a nice golden brown color. Whilst waiting for the chicken to brown in the pan, let's mix the sauce. Take your chicken stock cube, if using, and dissolve it in half a cup of water. Alternatively, we'll use half a cup of chicken stock, half a cup of cream, together with 1 teaspoon of corn flour and 2 tablespoons of mustard. Mix it all together, making sure all the lumps have been whisked out. Keeping an eye on the chicken. Turn the breast to the other side so that it can color on the bottom too. Keep a tray on the side for when your chicken breasts have been browned on both sides, nice and golden. They've already been seasoned. Remove the chicken from the pan and place it on the side. Turn the heat to only medium. Pour your stock into the pan. And mix it through thoroughly, ensuring there's no lumps, until it's all thickened up nicely. Turn it down to low. And the sauce is ready for the chicken to be added in. Once you've placed the breadcrumbs on top, we're going to pop the chicken into the oven, preheated to 180 degrees for approximately 12 minutes. And that's it. Now that the chicken is in the oven, we've got about 10-12 minutes whilst it's cooking. So we'll clean down our surfaces after the chicken, clear everything away, and get our counter prepared and ready for our dessert. Today we're doing a flourless raspberry and chocolate tart. Get all our ingredients ready here. We have 120 grams of dark chocolate. You can use chocolate pieces, you can even use milk chocolate if you prefer. We have 200 grams of fresh raspberries. We probably use most of them. 3 whole eggs. You need an electric whisk. You could whisk by hand if you feel strong enough. Also have 50 grams of ground almonds. We use a bit of vanilla if you like the paste, or if you have the vanilla pods, we can scrape some of that out. 25 grams of cocoa powder and 100 grams of caster sugar. We'll get on with our chocolate pudding now. You have your chocolate pieces going into a microwavable container. Pop it into the microwave on medium power for approximately 20 seconds at a time. In the meantime, make sure you've got your ramekins ready, greased, in an oven tray, ready for when everything is mixed up. Keep an eye on the chocolate, giving it short bursts and a mix through once it starts melting. We've got 3 eggs which we will separate, ready to whisk up. Whites in one bowl. And yolks in another bowl. It's important when whisking or doing anything with eggs and sugar or eggs and salt, you never add the sugar or the salt before whisking. Always do it only at the time of whisking, because the salt or sugar granules can burn the egg yolks, and then you get little pieces which you will taste. Chocolate is still busy going. We can give that another couple of seconds in the microwave. Egg whites in the bowl, ready to whisk. Make sure your bowl is clean and that your whisks are super clean. Add just a tiny pinch of salt with the eggs to whip. Excuse me. Alright, your egg whites should be whisked to stiff peaks. As you can see, when there's still a fair bit of egg white stuck to the whisks. And if you turn the bowl upside down, it doesn't fall out. You can use the same whisks for your yolks, and add the sugar to the yolks and give them a good whisk until it's nice and fluffy. The mixture will change from a dark dark yellow to a light yellow once it's been whisked, and that's when you know it will be ready. At the same time, we can also preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius for a fan assisted oven. The yolks are ready when they have doubled in volume, and the color is changed from a dark yellow to a very pale light yellow. Now is the time to add vanilla essence to your egg yolk mixture. A teaspoon will be enough. You need a big enough bowl to incorporate the egg whites and the chocolate into the yolk mixture, so make sure that you either transfer to a bigger bowl or use a big bowl right from the start. Sometimes it's difficult to use a electric whisk in the bowl attachment that comes with the electric whisk, because a little bit of yolks is difficult to beat in a big bowl. If your chocolate is ready, give it a good mix through. Next, we're going to add the ground almonds to the chocolate mixture, or to the egg yolk mixture, the cocoa powder, and the chocolate. Once this is added in, you can add a spoonful of the whipped egg yolk, or whipped egg white, just one spoonful, and give it a very good thorough mix through. This helps to stabilize the mixture for when folding in the egg whites. Once we add the rest of the egg whites, we want to incorporate the air by folding it in rather than knocking the air out. So slowly add the egg whites and fold. Finally adding in the last half of the egg whites. Incorporating it with light folding motions, keeping the air, which is what will help the puddings to rise in the oven. Nice, light and fluffy. Make sure you incorporate all the whites so that there are no little bits or little pockets of egg white in the mixture. When that is done, We can take the raspberries and place them at the bottom of your little ramekins. I think 4 will be enough. That, and just scoop your chocolate mixture onto the pots, onto the raspberries. Once you've got all the chocolate mixture in the ramekins, pour hot water, boiling water, into the tray about halfway up the ramekins, and bake in your preheated oven at 180 degrees for approximately 12 minutes again. Center of the oven, middle shelf. We're ready to check if our chicken is cooked. Take it out of the oven, and you can use your knife and fork if you like. Just check towards the center of the chicken where we've created the pocket with the ham, and see if it's cooked. If it's slightly pink, return it to the oven. You don't want it pink at all. No blood, a good sign. And let's plate up. And here you have it, chicken cordon bleu with a creamy mustard sauce. Bit of chives or parsley, and you're done. Okay, pudding is ready. Open the oven. Careful not to burn ourselves with the hot water, keeping the tray stable. And we're just going to see if the pudding is done. We'll do that by just lightly pressing on the edges. The center will still be a bit gooey, and that's perfect. You can pop one out onto our plate. A little dusting of cocoa. And voila, ready to eat. Delicious.